Welcome to our Parental Accountability Court graduation. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day, especially this time of year. I know everybody has parties, and if you're like me, you're thinking grocery list, I got to get to the grocery store because certainly by Saturday there's going to be no bread, milk, or eggs left because it's going to be cold. But thank y'all for taking time out of your busy day to join us this afternoon celebrating 7 of our Parental Accountability Court folks who have persevered through thick and thin and have succeeded in our program, and we're going to wish them well and recognize them for their accomplishments. I do want to briefly recognize some of our special guests that are here. We have a couple of representative-elects, I believe, and this is in no particular order. I'm sure there's a protocol to this, but I'm hopelessly out of touch with that. Do we have Terry Cummings here? I heard that too, and I don't know, there may also be some people on Zoom, and I'm not seeing the Zoom people yet. Okay. Oh, I can't. Oh, there she is. Yes, so I see Lisa Campbell. She is our representative-elect from House District 35. Thank you so much for joining us. We may also have Terry Anulowitz. Is Ms. Anulowitz here? She had RSVP'd as well. She is House District 42, not incoming. She's been in House District 42 for a while. We have from DHS, we have several folks, some of whom you're going to hear from in just a few minutes. We have John Hurst here. Very nice to see you, John. We have Wendy Parker. Where did Wendy go? We have Wendy Parker here. I have known John and Wendy for years, and frankly, they are the two people I can think of at DHS that their claim to fame is the Parental Accountability Court program. I mean, they, more than any other two people at DHS, this is my personal opinion, are responsible for the success of this program. So very happy to have you with us. Seated over here, we have Judge Brendan Murphy, our Chief Magistrate Judge. We have Juvenile Court Judge Jeff Hamby. We have, thank y'all so much for being here. We have Adolphus Graves, our Juvenile Court Administrator. Thank you for being here. Scott Halprin, our Circuit Defender. I'm just kind of going in order, again, not following the protocol at all. We have our District Attorney, Mr. Flynn Brody. Thank you so much. And I'll have to tell y'all real quick, Flynn came and spoke at one of our Parental Accountability Court sessions probably 6 months ago, maybe?
It was almost a year.
Was it almost a year ago? But gave a very inspiring message because he came from a little bit of some difficulties in his family life growing up, and it was a really inspiring message for some of our participants, so thank you again for that. We have Merida Councilman Philip Goldstein, Joseph Goldstein. I just called you by your dad. Very nice to see you, Joseph. Our Superior Court Administrator, Mr. Christopher Hansard. The Director of our Accountability Courts, Ms. Jennifer Tillery, thank you for being here. Oh dear, I'm sure I missed somebody. I'm happy to recognize you. If I missed you, I do apologize. But thank you all for being here. Do we have any friends or family of any of our graduates here? I know it's kind of the end of the day, so it's hard for them to be here. Just to let y'all know right quick, you know, our Parental Accountability Court started here in Cobb in 2016. I can't believe it's been almost 7 years now. And DHS approached us about starting a Parental Accountability Court. And for those of you who don't know, it's a joint program. It's unlike the other accountability courts. It's a joint program between DHS, the Department of Human Services, the Child Support Services Division, and Superior Court. The idea is we can model this off of other accountability court programs, but it is specifically targeted at, I'll just use the phrase loosely, what are termed chronic non-payers of child support, where you've got a non-custodial parent that for a period of months and sometimes years has paid child support very irregularly or not at all. And you know, the difficulty with that, of course, it's very difficult for the child, but it ultimately is difficult for the non-custodial parent because they're potentially looking at jail, which is a little counterproductive to paying child support, but that can be the result of a contempt of court. And so like the other accountability courts, the Parental Accountability Court is designed to reduce incarceration costs to the governing authority by keeping people out of jail, which is good. And for those of you who are elected officials here, You know, if you're in jail on a contempt for child support, that is local jail costs. That's not, and I don't mean to minimize state incarceration costs, but that's not somebody in the state prison system. Those are your local jail costs. And so they do hit the local taxpayers. But the other thing is, it's keep them out of jail, that's the negative, but get them on the road to financial stability, because financially stable parents mean financially stable children. And unlike the other accountability courts, you know, our accountability court is directly related to the children of this state, and they are the ultimate beneficiaries. And the way the Parental Accountability Court works is much like the other accountability courts. It's designed to help these participants overcome barriers to what I'll call full employment. You know, why have you not been able to keep a steady job? Maybe it's a substance abuse problem, maybe it's a literacy problem, maybe it's just a lack of work skills. Sometimes it's a lack of life skills. You know, you come from an environment where there was nobody there to say, here's how you get a job. You have to have a resume. You have to show up on time. You have to stay there every day, even if you don't like it. And I know there's some participants here. How many times have they heard me say, if you have a job and you want a better job, don't quit the job you have until you have the next job. But sometimes it's just basic things like that. And so our idea with the parental accountability courts is help these folks overcome their barriers, whatever they have been, to being employed and being able to pay their child support. So we have been very blessed to have a great staff that surrounds us and surrounds our participants, and we're going to get to them in just a minute. But the most important people we are here celebrating are 7 people: Jeremiah Bentley, William Hayden, Darrell James, Marcellus Jarrett, Bobby Jenkins, Edmund Moore, and Raylando Vick. And you're going to hear about them and from them in a few minutes. But first, I want to welcome Jessica Ferguson. She is one of our PAC supervisors, and she's going to help us recognize and thank some of our staff folks and some of our community partners without which we could not exist as a parental accountability court. So Jessica, thank you, dear, and if you'll come on up.
Good afternoon, everyone. As just heard said, I'm Jessica Ferguson. I have the great honor of being the PAC supervisor over all of our Northwest courts. I would like to recognize our program team and some of our local staff who are so important to this program and really help us thrive. First and foremost, I would like to thank Wendy Parker, who's our program manager. I would also like to thank Shannon Longino, who's our program consultant. She unfortunately could not be here with us today. I would also like to thank Rebecca Beaver. She has served as the interim coordinator for this circuit these last 6 months, and unfortunately she could not be here with us today either, but we appreciate her so much. Running one court itself it's a lot of work, but running two and maintaining both of those, especially at the level at which this court functions, we appreciate her time that she's dedicated to that. I would also like to recognize Kim Van Alstine, who is our DCSS office manager. I would like to recognize Laura King, who is our Region 1 manager, as well as Terry McElroy, who is our CA Region manager, Liberty Richards, who is our Special Assistant Attorney General, Amelia Prey, who is our Cobb Senior Assistant District Attorney, and Mr. Sherrod Jones with Cobb Works. I would also like to recognize our community partners. They play such a vital role into how this program operates and providing services to our participants, making so much of what we do possible. Just the increased efficiency in which we can provide these services to participants, the expanded reach within the community, sharing knowledge with us, helping us touch base with maybe some other partnerships and resources we weren't aware of. Ultimately, by partnering, we make a greater impact. We're collaborating for the greater good, which lines up with our DHS mission of stronger families for a stronger Georgia. I'll pass it back to you.
Okay. We have a brief video message from Governor Kemp. Believe it or not, 4 years ago, we actually got him to come to our inaugural, 5 years ago, I guess, our inaugural PAC graduation. He's a little busy right now. he has a video message that for the participants. So I think there we go.
Hello, this is Governor Brian Kemp. I apologize, I am unable to be there with you on this exciting day. As graduates of the Parental Accountability Court program, you are making a great stride forward for your children, your community, and yourselves. I congratulate you on this accomplishment and extend my thanks to your Superior Court Judge, Parental Accountability Court Coordinator, and the Department of Human Services Division of Child Support Services for helping you to make this day possible. Anything that is worth doing takes commitment. From the first step on this journey, you have committed to doing everything in your power to allow your children to thrive. Today is more than receiving a certificate of achievement or no longer facing the threat of incarceration. It is about being the best provider you can be. Because of what you have achieved in the Parental Accountability Court program, your children's future looks much brighter. Thank you, and I wish all of you continued success in the years ahead.
The next person we are going to hear from, and he's here in person, he's not virtual, is Mr. John Hurst. And it's such a pleasure to have you with us, John. I will tell you, I knew he was the Assistant Deputy Commissioner for Child Support Services. You are also on the Board of Directors of the Eastern Regional Interstate Child Support Group, are you not?
That was very close, yes.
I'm sorry. I think it's one of those complicated
Yes.
government agencies, but it's a very well-respected agency,
Yes.
and y'all, it's wonderful to have you with us, John.
Good to
Such
see
a
you.
pleasure to
Thank
see you.
All right, thank you, Judge Harris. Again, my name is John Hurst. I'm the Assistant Deputy Commissioner for the Division of Child Support Services, which is kind of a long-winded way of saying I'm the Director for Georgia's, the great state of Georgia's Child Support Program. And it's a great honor to be here today. This is one of my favorite PAC courts. Don't tell anybody I said that. But on behalf of the Department of Human Services Commissioner Candace Brose, welcome to the graduation this afternoon. We're glad everybody's here, and we're just really excited to be celebrating these 7 graduates and the accomplishments you've had. I want to take a moment to thank Judge Harris for presiding over this court. Not only does she do a great job with this court and has since its inception, but she has also played a big role in expanding the PAC program throughout the state of Georgia. She has served as the co-chair for the PAC subcommittee for the last 2 years, or is it 3 years?
I think it's
4 years?
actually, it goes
5 years? 6,
It goes back to COVID, yeah.
So for a long time, but she has just been a big champion of this program. She's actually helped us out, and you've gone to Washington, D.C. and spoken at some of the national conferences just to promote PAC. So just again, thank you for all that you've done for this program. And I know that you're stepping down as co-chair at the end of this month. We'll miss you in that role, but you deserve the break. So.
Yeah, it has been a pleasure. Y'all have just been wonderful to work with.
All right, well, thank you. I also want to thank, again, Rebecca Beaver, who's not here today, but also Jessica. You've done an outstanding job in your role and stepping in and helping out, and just really appreciate all that you do for the northwest part of the state and keeping our Alabama and Tennessee border safe. So thank you for that. And again, also thank you to the attorneys, Amelia Prey, the ADA for the Cobb DA's office, and Liberty Richards for the DCSS office. I don't know if everybody knows, but the Cobb Judicial Circuit actually has 2 child support offices. It has one that's state administered, which we call the DCSS office, Division of Child Support Services. And then also we are contracted with the District Attorney's Office to handle our intergovernmental cases in Cobb County. And those are cases where one of the parties lives out of state. So we really appreciate that partnership, and they do a great job with those cases. So a big thank you also to our community partners. As has been said, we could not do this program without y'all. Just the resources that you provide the participants is incredible. The compassion and the assistance you give them, it really helps them get them in the right direction for where they need to go. So again, thank you for all that you do. So a little bit of data to share about the PAC program. We'll start with the Cobb program. Judge Harris mentioned that it started in 2016, and from that time they have served over 94 participants, which have served 219 children through the program. And the participants in the program to date have paid a total of $719,402.33. So that's an incredible amount. And I think that shows the success of the program. Statewide, the PAC program, it started in 2009, and we have helped 6,612 people kind of not be incarcerated through the program, and also to get back on track. And those participants have paid over almost $26 million since 2009 through the PAC program. So that's an incredible amount. That has benefited over 15,500 children in the state of Georgia. Currently, we have a PAC program in 44 of the 50 judicial circuits in Georgia. We're still after those last 6. We're hoping to get those on board sometime soon. I know Wendy's going to be meeting with one of our opportunities in January, so we're excited about that. Another reflection of the program is when you compare the collections from the participants from the 12 months prior to entering the program to the 12 months after they enter the program, their child support payments have increased 158%. So that's, again, another outstanding number. But overall, days like today are our favorite days in the Division of Child Support Services. We have 55 offices across the state, about 1,100 employees, and we have about 356,000 cases in Georgia. And everything we do is aimed at our vision of building stronger families for a stronger Georgia. But our graduates today did not get to this point easily. They had to choose to accept the assistance that's available through this program, and then take the necessary steps to realize the benefits of the assistance available to them. So to our 7 graduates, your success in completing the PAC program is an outstanding personal accomplishment for you, but it's also an inspiration to us. You have worked hard and placed yourself in a great position for ongoing success, and I encourage you to continue to tap into the motivation and self-belief that got you to this point and keep progressing on your path to success. Congratulations to all of you and well done. I'd like to also recognize our PAC program manager, Wendy Parker, who just works tirelessly for this program and does a great job in supporting the program all across the state. And then in closing, I'd just like to thank District Attorney Brody for coming, and also just the many people from the Cobb Judicial community and others for coming to support the program and the graduates today. So again, thank you everybody for coming out today, and congratulations to graduates, and job well done.
So we come to the reason now that we are all here. It's our graduates. Their graduation represents financially secure children supported by financially secure parents. And for these 7 people, and for everybody that graduates from a PAC program, it's not like okay, I did this so I'm done, so now let's move on and do something different. It's a change in the way they run their life. And it is a change, like the statistics up there show, it's a change that lasts far beyond the PAC program, which is what this is all about. If you come into the program and for 12 or 18 months you pay your child support, well, that's great. But the point is, pay your child support now, and the next year, and the next year, and the next year. And the PAC program does that, and the statistics bear that out. So to the 7 of you graduating today, we celebrate with you. And for those of you who are here that are still in the program, this is where you will be in a few months down the road. You will be up here getting congratulated. So without further ado, Jessica, you want to come up here and help me? And I'm just going to tell y'all a little bit about some of these folks. First, where is Mr. Bentley? Jeremiah Bentley. Mr. Bentley, come on up, sir. You got to come up here. You can't just sit in the back. So, Mr. Bentley joined the program in August of 21. So he's been with us only, a little under 18 months. He's a machine operator in Ackworth with a company that, they do engineered building solutions. That means something that I don't understand.
You put big blocks underground.
Do what now?
You put big blocks under the ground.
Okay, you put big boxes under the ground. And I still don't entirely understand it, but I suspect it has to do with infrastructure without which we wouldn't be here. So I will tell y'all something, you always want to be careful what you talk about, but he not only got on track and started fulfilling his monthly child support obligation, but he had some issues with misdemeanor probation, so he had some financial obligations there, and he paid that off too in a timely manner.
Felonies too.
Do what now?
Completed the felony too.
Yeah, I mean, he just, he completed, you just really kind of did a 180 with your life, sir. And, you know, he got back on track with child support, and I won't say directly because of that, but I know it contributed to it. Your relationship with, your own family relationships have improved.
100%.
And I like to think that we had a little bit to do with that. Just so y'all know, he's been in the program a little under 18 months, and he's paid a total of $12,050 in child support. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, you know what? We need to have a pic. Are you taking pictures? Thank you so much. All right. Let's come in here. I hate to be in the middle. Congratulations. Would you like to say, and we've got your, I know you wrote something, which is very nice. We'll put that up there. Do you want to take the opportunity? It's your chance. You got a captive audience, sir.
No, I just say thank you to all y'all for y'all support. Miss Beavers, I had a lot of different mental health issues going on, and big support from her, and all the support that y'all brought to me, it really helped. So just thank you.
Well, congratulations. You earned this. Good luck. Mr. Hayden, William Hayden. Not all a bunch of backbenchers sitting back there. You think you can disappear. Mr. Hayden, congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Hayden he joined the program in October of 21, I think. So you've been in it just a little over a year. You've been in construction the whole time. I know you've been with a couple of different companies, but you've been in construction the whole time. And y'all, his construction, he's not doing the glamorous construction. He's doing my recollection, he's doing the water and the sewer stuff. Again, it's the non-glamorous stuff, but without his work, none of us would be coming to work, and we probably wouldn't be having such a great home either. Thank you for that. And I will tell y'all, you know, as with a lot of folks who have fallen behind on his child support, you know, your driver's license gets suspended, which again, that doesn't really help the job prospects. But your driver's license has been suspended for years. So while you were in the program, first you got your permit, and my understanding is you recently passed your road test. Now you got your driver's license. After all these years, you got your driver's license back. So congratulations. And, you know, I'll just tell y'all, it's, you know, for those of you who have never had difficulty finding a job, or, you know, you've been in the professional field, I mean, imagine if you didn't have a driver's license. I mean, that is such it sounds minor, but that is such a huge barrier. I know, is your girlfriend here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And so we need to give you a shout out, because I think all this time he's been working, you've been getting him back and forth to work, haven't you?
Me and his bosses.
Wait, huh?
Me and his bosses.
Yeah, and so, you know, it's just, it's the ripple effects that we try to get rid of. And so I'm so glad you have your driver's license back. Your girlfriend is so glad you have your driver's license back. And I think you got 4 grown children, and then you've also got a grandson that, and I hear you dote on all of them. So just over a year in the program, and Mr. Hayden has paid $5,800 and change in child support, which is a huge amount, sir, and you are to be congratulated.
Thank you very much.
Job well done. And, whoops, sorry.
Yeah.
Would you
Thank
like to
very much.
say anything?
Just thank you.
You are welcome. And we have a little bit of a gift bag, too.
Thank you very much.
And then, where is Mr. James? There you're standing right in the doorway. Good afternoon, Mr. James. Darrell James. So, Mr. James, you joined the program in October of 2019. He and one other guy that's graduating today, I think of them as my COVID participants. Because I remember when you came in the program, it was kind of what did you say? Things started out rough. Yeah. That's a true statement. I was like, man, this guy ain't gonna make it. Things started out rough. He has since gotten gainful employment at a financial institution and has been there for, how long have you been there now?
March of 2020.
He's been there since March of 2020, and I will tell you all, and I'm not going to go into any details, but he had an incident in his past. It was just an arrest, and he was very nervous that it was going to disrupt his ability to maintain his job. And yet he had already proved himself at his job. He told his employer, he was like, I promise you, there is nothing that's going to come of this. They have made a mistake. And his employer had faith in him and also saw the work he did and said, okay, I'm going to stick with this guy. And ultimately, what you said was true. That charge disappeared completely.
Yep.
He's still there. You've gotten promotions. I mean, you have done so well in the program. Y'all, Mr. James, over the last 2+ years, has paid $24,827 in child support. That's astonishing. Congratulations, sir. I'm so proud of you. And she wants a picture. You have earned this, sir.
Thank you.
Would you like to say something? This is your chance.
If it starts out rough, don't get scared. Just continue to put the work in. For me, a lot of times felt like I was a deadbeat in some regards, but in actuality, being in this program shows that you're not. So just continue to put your best foot forward.
Good advice. Mr. Jarrett, Marcellus Jarrett. I'm not seeing Mr. Jarrett. Mr. Jarrett, I'm staring right at you. So, and Mr. Jarrett, I love Mr. Jarrett. Mr. Jarrett I love them all, but Mr. Jarrett works at Moncrief Heating and Air, as you can tell by the jacket he's wearing. That's not just something he pulled out of Goodwill or got from his friend. That's where he works. And I think since I have known you, every single PAC meeting, you have worn something connected with Moncrief, haven't you? And he's been there forever and has done well, and you've gotten raises there. I will tell you, I bet you're going to be in a lot of demand in the next 4 days. He's done really well. And frankly, I think half the time you come in wearing the uniform because you're coming from work. One thing we do with the Parental Accountability Court is we try not to hold it during the workday. We don't start till 4:30 because the idea is folks need to get out and work. And I think 9 times out of 10, you're coming in from work, and we appreciate your employer letting you come in. You've been in the program about 18 months, and you've paid, I think, a little over $6,200 in child support, which is a major accomplishment for you, sir. And it's just been a pleasure to have you in the program.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Picture? Would you like to say anything? You're certainly welcome to.
No, just thank y'all for the support and help.
All right. Thank you, sir. Bobby Jenkins. Where is Mr. Jenkins? All the way in the back. And the weird thing is, Mr. Jenkins, did your case actually start out in front of me way back? I thought, come on up, Mr. Jenkins. So it's kind of weird. I mean, the cases, child support cases get randomly assigned to judges just like anything else. And so Mr. Jenkins comes into PAC court and I was like, dude, I've seen you somewhere, like in my courtroom. But it was on a child support case, not on any kind of criminal case or anything like that. But Mr. Jenkins, you joined in May of 2019, so you're another one of our COVID survivors. Because I can tell you all, if you think back to COVID, those of us who had, jobs that we had for years, and they're kind of white-collar jobs, and, we Zoomed in the courtroom, and life just kind of kept on ticking. But for those whose job situations had historically been a little more precarious, or who had very much front-facing, customer, public-facing jobs, I mean, that just went away. I mean, people just weren't having heating and air work done. People weren't buying like they had been, and so a lot of retail, if you remember, really suffered. And so those who joined our program pre-COVID, they had a hard struggle there for many months. And Mr. Jenkins, like several others, progressed. Mr. Jenkins, when he came into the program, he gets a job at McCormick, and I was like, McCormick, like the spice people? And yes, it was the McCormick folks. And are you a machine? I'm trying to remember. You're a machine operator. Yes, that's what I thought. You've got 4 children. You've been in the program 2.5 years now. Y'all, he's paid $36,000 in child support while he's been in the program. That is astonishing, sir. That is just, okay, get a picture. Whoops. Would you like to say anything, sir?
Just thanks.
Sure, you're a man of few words. You've always been a man of few words. I will miss you. I will miss everybody else in the program. Y'all have been stars, and you've made it through some tough times. So congratulations, Mr. Jenkins.
Thank you again.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe the folks on Zoom could mute themselves?
Mr. Parker.
Mr. Parker, we have a couple of our participants. Please mute yourself, sir. Now I feel like...
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Moore, in the corner there. Good afternoon, Mr. Moore.
Good afternoon.
Come on up. Congratulations, Mr. Moore. So, Mr. Moore, kind of his statement. Y'all can kind of see his life story up here. You're a PK.
Yes,
See, yep, you're a preacher's kid, you know, his family traveled a lot, and before he came into the PAC program, I mean, he had been dealing with a lot of family illness, and I think I don't want to go into all the details, but you've been kind of taking care of everybody but yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And that can be, for those of y'all who have been there and done that, that can leave you with hard to cope,
Yes,
hard to cope with life, and it can just it can be very depressing, and it can sap your motivation and it can sap all the good things out of life when you have to do that. And then when he came into the program, right about and I don't remember if this was before or after, you are both teaching school in Fulton County, and he's pulling down like a night job or weekend job working at a hotel so that he can keep up his regular obligations and get his child support back on track. And he was doing all of this from South Fulton, wasn't it? Like
College
Fairburn?
Park. College Park.
College Park. Yeah, he's doing that from there and coming up here once a month for PAC court. And he's just like everybody else. He's just been a joy to have in the program. And I think he's been helpful because he's got a little more maturity on him than some of the other folks. Hey, I want to talk about maturity. I'm probably older than you do. But he's just, you know, he's been there and done that more than some of our participants in the program. And, you know, he had all the tools to be successful, but he needed an opportunity to kind of work through some of those life changes. And hopefully our program kind of allowed you to do that and you know, try to focus on you.
For the sternness that you gave me.
I could be stern.
It was needed because it allowed me to see where I was falling.
Wow.
And you kept telling me, you can do this, you can do this. And we had crying sessions.
We did a couple of times. I do remember that.
Sessions. And I needed to let that out
Yeah.
because I didn't have anyone to release it to.
Yeah.
And you kept seeing the dedication in me, but I didn't see it in myself. But I needed that from you, and I thank you for that.
It was truly my pleasure. So. I'm so proud of you.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
proud of everybody, but you've just I'm very encouraged by the direction your life is taking. So, congratulations, we need to get a picture.
Okay.
All right.
Got you. Thank you. And I have something for you.
Oh dear.
It's just a business card.
Oh.
Me and my brother started up a senior citizens facility back in Valdosta. Because we took care of my mom and my dad and
I
my
remember,
brother.
I didn't remember it was
So-
in Valdosta, but I knew you took care of your mom and your dad.
So we just decided this is what we need to do.
So are you moving to Valdosta?
Yes, ma'am. I took,
We talked about
yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, well, because you've been kind of on the graduation track, so
Yes, ma'am.
frankly, I hadn't had to worry about you.
So we got the accreditation, and on January the 15th, we're open.
Congratulations, sir. That
I'm finishing up my teacher's credentials. So remember we talked about that?
Yep, uh-huh.
So I'll be finished that, and also I'm going to teach the individuals that we're going to take care of how to read and write that they don't have it processed.
Oh, so you are really giving back
Oh, yeah, I
in a
have
big
to.
way.
I have to. My parents raised me the correct way, so I have to show them that I know what to do right.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That's right. You got
I'm
a baby on
engaged.
the way.
I'm engaged.
You're engaged? You have a baby? Man, you got a lot going on in your life.
That's the only way I can really keep myself focused.
Yep.
Is by working and giving.
Well,
Thank you. So next time you see me, hopefully, I can give you more.
well, please stay in touch.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know what? Maybe I'll have you come back and speak at the next graduation. You would be an
You
inspiration.
just elected yourself for that.
Yep. And last but not least, where is Mr. Vick? Well, I know, there you are. Good afternoon, Mr. Vick.
Hello, how are you?
I am fine, sir. Thank you for asking. So the last of what I think of is our COVID kids. I mean, he's not a kid, but he joined the program in February of 2020. So if y'all remember, he joined the program and then the world took a nosedive. You know, I mean, like a lot of us, if he wasn't already struggling, I mean, that just kind of really worsened things. But he persevered just like everybody else. Are you still at Big Daddy's?
Right.
He's at Big Daddy's Burger. So,
Bad Daddy.
Bad Dad, I'm sorry. I'm so unhip. He's at Bad Daddy's Burgers. And y'all, he is a great success story. He started in the kitchen, now he's in management. I mean, it's just, which goes to show that's the stick-to-itiveness, that's the dedication, that's the showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when you've got colleagues that are jerks and people working for you that are not working out. I mean, we've all been there and done that. And you just persevere. And I will tell y'all, while he has been in the program, he has paid about $13,700 in child support, which is huge. So, congratulations. All right. Congratulations, sir. I'm sorry. You want to say something, please? Absolutely.
I'd like to thank, I know she's not here today, Miss Biggs, Miss Kimberly
Kim
Biggs, Miss Rebecca Keaton, also Mr. Jones. I appreciate you, because he stayed, helped me get back on track with the job thing. And to all the participants, just stay focused. You can achieve your goals. We all fall off track sometimes, but thankfully we have people like Ms. Harris and the staff to help us get back on track. And I really appreciate you. I really do, Ms. Harris. I
Well,
appreciate everything.
People like you make our job worthwhile.
Thank you.
You make it worthwhile.
Thank you.
So, thank you. So, to our 7 graduates, congratulations and well done. Let's give all 7 of them another round of applause. And to everyone who took time out to be here this afternoon, out of a busy time to come celebrate with us, we thank you for being here. And, to you graduates, I will just say, you earn this. You have the tools to succeed. You have proven yourself. And to the remark that was made earlier about, yeah, you know, we kind of felt like deadbeats. I mean, you were never deadbeats. You had difficulties, you had barriers, you had problems. Some of them self-inflicted, some of them not. But y'all all stand for every problem can be overcome, every barrier can be addressed, and all of you can move forward in a positive way for you and for your family. So congratulations to you 7, because you have earned the recognition today, and good luck to you in the future.